In the world of cybersecurity, we're seeing this massive shift happening right now. It's not just about AI being a tool that helps attackers anymore. We're entering a whole new era where AI is literally becoming the attacker itself. And that is changing the speed and the scale of digital threats in a way we've never seen before.
In this quote, it just hits the nail on the head. The kill chain, right? That's just the fancy term for the whole step-by-step playbook of an attack, from the initial spying all the way to the final goal. The big change is that AI can now run that entire playbook all on its own. It finds the weak spot, it builds the weapon to break in, and it launches the attack without a human having to do much of anything.
Okay, so we really need to change how we think about AI's role here. This isn't about some helpful assistant anymore. No, we're talking about systems that can operate with almost zero human oversight, automating a process that used to take a whole team of really smart, highly skilled people. So what does that actually look like? Well, it means the bad guys can ramp up their operations way beyond what any human team could ever do. I mean, think about it. Generating new ways to attack, writing malicious code, launching these huge coordinated strikes, all of it happening almost instantly. It just completely changes the game. All right, so how does this actually play out in the real world? Let's start at the beginning, finding vulnerabilities. I want you to imagine an AI that's like a superhuman scout, just endlessly scanning our digital world 24/7, looking for any tiny crack in the armor. And the way it does this is just, well, incredibly efficient. First, it's doing these automated scans, poking and prodding everything from open ports to cloud services. Then it uses risk scoring to figure out, okay, which of these weaknesses is the most valuable. And then, and this is the brilliant part, it pieces it all together into an attack graph to find the absolute best, most effective path to break into a system.
And here's where it gets really crazy: the speed. A job that would take a human team weeks, maybe even months of painstaking reconnaissance, an AI can now do in a matter of minutes. That compression of time is a game-changing advantage for any attacker.
Okay, so the AI has found a weak spot. What happens next? Well, it doesn't just point out the flaws. It gets to work building the very weapons needed to exploit them. It's like having your own personal automated malware factory. So to really get this, we got to talk about something called polymorphic malware. The easiest way to think about it is like a virus that puts on a brand new disguise every single time it shows up. The bad stuff it does on the inside is the same, but on the outside, its appearance is always different. That makes it incredibly hard for traditional security systems to catch. Now, think about that idea at machine scale. An AI can whip up, say, 50 totally unique versions of the exact same malicious payload. Each one looks completely different from the last. So for security tools that are basically just looking for known criminals from a photo lineup, you can see how this becomes an unwinnable race. They just can't keep up. So on top of finding flaws and building malware, AI also makes the attacks themselves way more sophisticated. Let's just take a classic brute force attack, like a DDoS, where they just flood a target with so much junk traffic it gets knocked offline, and see how AI just puts it on steroids. Right, so an AI can perfectly coordinate a whole network of hijacked computers, a botnet, to cause maximum damage. It's constantly changing the traffic patterns to slip past defenses. It's smart enough to find the best servers to bounce the attack off of, to make it even bigger. And get this, if one way of attacking gets blocked, the AI just automatically switches to a backup plan. The attack becomes absolutely relentless. All right, let's zoom back out for a second. When you start putting all these pieces together, finding flaws at machine speed, churning out endless variations of malware, and running smarter, more adaptable attacks, AI becomes the ultimate force multiplier. It completely transforms how an attacker operates. And this slide, wow, it really lays out the new reality, doesn't it? On the left, you see all the different jobs that used to require a whole team of human specialists. You needed a recon expert, a coder, a campaign manager. But now, in the new reality on the right, all of those jobs can be done by one single AI system. And the result of squashing all those roles into one? A massive compression of time. A really complex attack campaign that used to take months of planning and teamwork can now be shrunk down to just hours, or in some cases, even a few minutes. So the big question is, what does all this mean for us, for the defenders? Well, this new breed of threat basically shatters our old ideas about security. If we're going to have any chance at all of keeping up, we have to completely rethink our entire approach to digital defense. So let's just recap the challenge here. These AI-powered attacks are moving at lightning speed and incredible scale. They lower the barrier to entry, meaning you don't have to be a genius coder anymore to launch a really sophisticated attack. And they make it possible to run campaigns that are fully autonomous, adapting to our defenses in real time.
Okay, so our entire defense strategy has to level up. Big time. We just can't rely on human speed anymore. Really, the only way to counter this is to fight AI with AI. That means we need AI-driven systems that can spot and shut down attacks instantly. We need to be constantly analyzing behavior to spot things that just look weird, not just threats we already know. And of course, it means having multiple layers of tough defenses with strict controls to stop any breach from spreading.
And really, that leads us to the one huge question that's hanging over everything in this new era. If the offense is becoming fully autonomous, operating at the speed of a machine, how can our defenses, which are still so reliant on humans, possibly hope to keep up? That is the question that's defining the front lines of cybersecurity right now.